Back to basics here with Lydia. Today is day 6 of the current conflict in Iran, and I thought it was fitting to provide some history and my perspective on the current events. Many of you may remember the events back in 1978 and 79, but many of you may have been too young, or maybe you weren't even alive yet. On February 11th, 1979, the overthrow of the Iranian king Mohammad Reza Pahlavi resulted in the current-day Iranian regime. The Carter administration granted the ousted king asylum so he could receive cancer treatment. The overthrowing group eventually established the current Islamic Republic of Iran, with the Ayatollah Khomeini taking over leadership. The Iranian hostage crisis began on November 4th, 1979, when 66 Americans, including diplomats and other civilian personnel, were taken hostage at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, with 52 of the hostages being held for a total of 444 days, until January 20th, 1981, right after Ronald Reagan was inaugurated. The Iranian leadership for decades has called for the death to America and death to Israel. Further, they have ruled with an iron fist and disappeared and killed thousands of Iranians who dared to speak out against them. This is communism and totalitarianism. 47 years later, we have an American president who is willing to take action for the threats against the American people and our way of life. I can tell you I have been behind the Iron Curtain several times and can tell you that under communism, the government controls all aspects of your life. When the heat is turned on and off, when the exhaust fan is turned on and off, what is available to purchase in the store to eat or not. This is no way to live. The amount of trauma inflicted on the people has long-term lasting effects. What I witnessed as a young person during these visits left a lifelong impression on me. Many good Iranian people came here to the United States, learned English, started their own businesses, and embraced the opportunities they received in this country. I applaud them for doing so. Let's listen to what some of these people who had direct knowledge of what occurred over there have to say today about the actions of the United States.
Today is free again. This is what Iranian wants. Freedom. They want to have a choice. They want to have a voice to present themselves. We want to tell the world that we are not Islamic Republic. We are Iranian. We are friends of the West, the East, the whole world.
Dozens marched from the World War I memorial to Lafayette Square, just steps from the White House. They carried flags, held signs thanking the president and chanting, as you can hear, some of them chanted USA, USA, and change the regime. Some rally goers told us they were hearing reports that Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, was killed in the strikes launched by the U.S. and Israel. Those claims also reference from President Donald Trump and Israeli officials. We also spoke with one Iranian-American woman who says she's lived here since 2016 and says her family suffered under the current regime.
No freedom. Like we had nothing to say. They didn't even let us live like a basic human right. They didn't let us have that. And now I'm here to say thank you, Trump.
Now, organizers tell me this may be the beginning of just a series of events like these. Already another rally is set for next Saturday. And if tonight is any indication, we could be seeing some in the next coming days.
Iran.
Here is another clip from a reporter in Iran letting us know the perspective of the people over there.
Let's bring in political editor and head of news at Monado TV, Tina Gazamurad. Monado TV is a London-based Iranian TV channel. Thank you so much for coming on. Good morning from New York, Tina.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
This is an unprecedented moment in Iran's history. The supreme leader has been killed. Your reaction?
People are extremely happy. Imagine someone who is responsible for the killings of mass murder of the people, especially over the past 2 months, is gone. And it's not just about the past 2 months. He's been there for 37 years, 37 years of crime operation. So you can imagine people are extremely happy in Iran and all around the world.
Well, actually, I want to show the range of reactions coming out of Iran for our viewers. Let's take a quick look. We've seen protests. We've seen support for these attacks. Tina, can you help me understand what both sides are saying right now?
To be honest with you, I don't know what you mean by the both sides, because my observation as editor-in-chief of news and considering the connection that we have with Iranian people on a daily basis, we are receiving hundreds of calls from inside Iran. So the majority of the people are extremely happy about the situation. What we need to understand is that this is a totalitarian, ideological, criminal system. It's a killing machine. So unarmed civilians cannot do the job by themselves. So what they've been calling for, Iranian people, what they've been calling for, and also the leadership of the National Uprising, Prince Crown Reza Pahlavi, is humanitarian intervention to kind of create a balance for the people. And now we are seeing the balance of power is kind of shifting in favor of the Iranian people themselves. I told Newsmax in my last interview, actually, that a regime that kills tens of thousands of its own people can do the same to the world. Its attack on neighboring countries such as UAE, Oman, and Bahrain, countries that try to mediate for them, are evidence of the evil nature of this regime. The Islamic Republic regime has killed even thousands of Americans, from the 241 Marines in Beirut in 1983 to the present day. So removing this regime is not an act of charity in a distant land. It is a global security necessity and serves the long.
So here you are hearing from the people themselves in Iran and the Iranians here in the United States that they are happy about what has been undertaken and what is going on. And from everything I'm hearing, the United States does not want to occupy Iran. We are encouraging the Iranian people to stand up and take over for themselves and create a government for themselves that they would like to have. I can tell you that we in the United States here, we should be thankful for everything that we have. We should thank God for our freedoms that we have, and we should not take this for granted. Do not fall for all these talking heads on mainstream media and their false propaganda. Instead, do some research into history and see what has become of the countries that have gone down the socialist and communist pathway. Talk to the people who have seen it or experienced this type of lifestyle firsthand. If this podcast resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to share your comments. If you have experienced or are experiencing trauma, I have left some information in the description on a holistic healing technology that I have found very helpful. Be well and live free. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.